Hey my YouTube family, how's it going? So today I will be talking about a very interesting topic, the topic that I've been bombarded with questions, a topic which will help obviously every one of you. Plus I've tried it. Obviously when I say something or when I talk about all these things that I'm talking about in my videos, they're tried and tested. I'm the lab here. So what are we talking about? I'm talking about intermittent fasting, or IF that we would typically call it. Now IF is been popular across the globe, everybody's talking about it. It's like Atkins or it's like GM diet. First of all guys, let me just tell you, it's not a diet. If you think you're going to do intermittent fasting, it's more of a diet plan. It's not a diet plan, it's a eating pattern. It's just about you deciding the number of hours you'll be eating versus number of hours you will be fasting. These are the only two variables to IF. That's the only thing that you need to remember. Now what does IF tells me, and what does you should know about IF? Should you be doing intermittent fasting? Is intermittent fasting beneficial? Intermittent is a tongue twister, so I'm going to use IF, right? So is IF beneficial? Will it help you lose weight? Has it helped people lose weight? Can you gain muscles with IF? Let's talk about all these things. So as I said, IF is an eating pattern. What you have to do is typically you have to eat for 8 hours and fast for 16 hours. Now you only have an eating window for about 8 hours. Now typically what happens with people, what they do is they eat from a 1 to 9 p.m. window, and in this time window you can eat pretty much 2 to 3 meals, low carb meals obviously, high protein, and have loads of water. Coffee, some diuretics. Coffee is a stimulant, it will help you lose weight. And then from 9 p.m. again back to 1 p.m. 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. 16 hours, numbers. So you have to fast. Technically is a lot easier, because think about it, after your meal at 9 p.m. You would typically sleep at about 11:30, 12 depending on your schedule, and you wake up at about 7, 8, and then you can train for about an hour or two, head to office, college, whatever, and then you can eat at 1. Typically what I've seen, am I using the word typically a lot? One of those days. So what happens, what I've seen with people is they usually skip their breakfast. So if you are one of those guys who've been pushed to have breakfast, IF is just for you. The first meal of the day for you will be at 1 p.m. If it works for you, it's beautifully. Now how many times should you be doing? What should be a time period that you can do, or you can have this eating pattern for yourself? Now if you like this pattern guys, you can continue it for about 2, 3, 4 weeks. But remember, anything that you do, you got to think of one thing which I always tell you: think of it as a lifestyle. Now IF works beautifully for people who are obese, who are fat, and who probably who have about a body fat percentage over 24-25%. When you have that much fat, obviously there's no muscle. But if you're one of those guys in about single digit fat, or about anything between 15%, let me tell you, you cannot gain muscle with this kind of food pattern. Yes, there are exceptions there. I'm talking about my experience here, what I've seen with people, with myself, everyone. Gaining muscle during this time is a lot difficult. Plus what I've also seen in this time period is that you will not get good pumps in your workout, because obviously you would not be eating before your workout if you're working out in the morning. But obviously you can choose to work out in the evening, depending on you. But because there are no carbs going in your body, you're starved. You pretty much will not get any pumps. If there are no pumps, if you're not feeling the muscle or mind to muscle connection, chances of you growing are also a lot lesser. Having said that, some people will say that they've made gains, which is good, but most people have not. So gaining muscle can be a challenge here. Now the other pattern you can follow with IF is the eat, stop, eat, which means you have to fast for about 2 days. Did I get you going? No, 2 days. What I mean is, let's say you start your week on a Monday. You eat from Monday to Wednesday. You do your regular food that you've been eating. On Thursday, probably night, you stop your meal at 9 p.m. That's your last dinner. From Thursday 9 p.m. that's your last dinner. So Friday dinner is when you break your fast. So which means from Thursday 9 p.m. to Friday 9 p.m. is you're not going to eat anything in between. That's a 24-hour window. it's a little challenging. It's like fasting is not new to us. Karwa Chauth, women do it. And the thing about fasting is that it comes naturally to most of us, to humanity, for a simple fact that because we were hunters. If you go back to our history, prehistoric time. I'm a history student, guys. So any example that I would like to give of history, I just bounce on it. I love it. I spent 3 years in college doing history, man. I don't know what I was doing though. Anyways, so yeah, it's not new to us, because we were gatherers, we were hunters. Chances of us getting food were very, very minimal at times. So obviously, we had to live off our own body fat, because there was no food available. So we were fasting. But remember, whenever we got a hunt, our man used to go out there, hunt for an animal, and we used to feast. So fasting is nothing new to us. It's possible. Try it out. Now, muscle mass is difficult to obtain in this. You can lose weight with this. So should you try it out? As I always say, guys, try it out for yourself, see how that goes, but do not try it for more than 3 to 4 weeks. Now this takes me to an extension to IF, which is obviously, I've been getting requests from a lot of my Muslim friends. Ramazan is coming. It's in a few weeks from now. You'll have Ramazan. Now it's the same pattern as intermittent fasting, if you were to ask me, because they also follow the same pattern. They eat before a sunrise called suhoor, and then they break their fast in the evening called iftar. You must have heard of these terms. So obviously, there is a gap of at least 16 to 18 hours when they're not eating, something similar to intermittent fasting. So my point remains, how you should train in those time periods. So for people who will be fasting for Ramadan, the best time for you to train would be probably in the morning. And you don't have to push yourself. You can't do heavyweight training. You have to go very, very easy, guys. For a fact that, you're not going to be growing in this time period. It's a religious sentiment. It's a very good thing that you follow this. So you must do it. So in these couple of days, I think 9 days, you believe I have it. So whatever these days, do not think of training as your sole aim to gain muscle. Think of it as more of detoxification, because obviously the whole backbone of Ramzan is purifying your thoughts. So think of from that perspective. Don't think of it that, oh, what am I going to do with my gains? I'm only eating 2 meals. Am I going to lose my gains? No, forget about it, guys. This is something you have to do. Respect it. 9 days will go like this. You won't even know. Plus, it'll detoxify your body, because fasting at the end of the day, even IF has great benefits. One, obviously, it increases your GH, which means your growth hormones, which helps with fat loss. That's what science is. Number 2 is insulin sensitivity. Insulin obviously, is the culprit of all the fat gain in the world, because the moment you put carbs in your body, you get an insulin spike, and all through the day we keep eating food, we keep giving that insulin spike. So this kind of fasting, when you don't eat, it kind of stabilizes the insulin level, which is what helps you with weight loss. So guys, try it, IF, and even my Ramadan friends also, people who will be fasting there, don't think about training from that perspective. Don't think about gaining muscle. You will not even lose muscle in those 9 days, so long you're training, but don't train heavy, train light. Do not prefer too much of cardio, because obviously there's not too much of food going in there. Just keep it light, half an hour, 45 minutes, just keep the tempo on, so that you don't even lose any muscle mass. So I hope these tips come in handy to you. Any one of you who have any questions on IF or on Ramzan fasting, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be very happy to help you with your goal. Or you can also reach out to me either on my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel. I'm slowly beginning to add people on my WhatsApp as well, and plus my weekly Q&A series on Twitter, which happens every Sunday. What you have to do is go to #AskTarunGill, and you can put up your question. If you're thinking my tempo is faster, guys, I never had a pre-workout before this video. It's just that I'm a little enthu whenever I do my videos. So until we meet again, peace.